Good morning, guys. How are you doing today? I hope that this morning is a really good morning. Now, I would like to go on talking about my life after the CELTA course. So, I promised you to make the second part, so this is it. If you missed my first part, I will you will find the link in the description of the video to watch the first part. So, my life after the CELTA course. Everybody says that, oh, my life changed completely after the CELTA course. Yes, that's true, but nobody really tells in detail how it changed. Usually, people just say, oh, I teach in a really different way. So I would like to tell a little bit about my life after the CELTA course. First of all, I am more into self-evaluation, as after our TPs we had to write a hot self-evaluation. We had only 15 minutes after the TP to write a self-evaluation, and now I even have a notebook where I write self-evaluation after the workshops or after the lessons which I have with the teachers when they ask me for help. And in these evaluations, I write my aims, personal aims. Personal aims, for example, I state a voice projection, proper pace, timing, proper sitting time, working with the whiteboard. Then anticipated problems and solutions, if I anticipated all the problems, and if not, what worked in the lesson, what didn't work in the lesson, what how I'd change the lesson. In my case, it's a workshop, or yeah, sometimes it's a lesson. Areas for me to work on or to think about. It really helps me to analyze and to see how it went and how I could improve my workshop. Also, lesson plans. I graduated from a national university, and at the university we were taught how to write lesson plans in really complicated and awkward way. So I always struggled with writing lesson plans, but at the CELTA course we were given clear instructions and clear charts which we had to fill in for the lesson plan. That's it. So now I know how to do it in an easier way, let's say. Also, regarding teaching beginners, I thought that I'm really ashamed of it, but I have to admit that when I was teaching beginners, I thought that, hey, they're just beginners. It would be really complicated for them to learn something about intonation or weak forms, or like, why do we need weak forms and when we use them. But after the CELTA course, I realized, I woke up that we should teach it. We must teach it, I'd say, because when people learn English, they should, from the very beginning, know about and be familiar with the intonation and pronunciation of the weak forms. About the weak forms, for example, I'd like to show you again my favorite book by Michael Swan, Practical English Usage. There are actually two pages can find words, strong forms and weak forms. This is the first page and there's the second page. For example, the verb can. Strong form is can, but weak form is can or even kn. And I tell my students that, hey, strong form is can, but in the sentence we say can or kn. For example, I can read. And they know, and they will not struggle with listening because they know that I can what it is. Also, I would like to add a few words about being observed. During when we had our TPs, every time we were observed by our trainers. So at the beginning I was really tensed and I had an anxiety attacks. But after that I feel more relaxed, and for me that's like it's okay to be observed. I've got something to drink. I learned from my mistakes, so now I feel more relaxed, and that's okay. If you would like to observe my lessons, why not? If you would like to observe my workshops, why not? I would like to know constructive feedback, not just like feedback, hey I liked it, hey I didn't like, just what worked well, what didn't work well, what would the person change. And so I'm open to being observed. I would like to be better, to teach better, and I'm working on it. And again, with all this, self-evaluation helps really a lot. For example, this one I sticked it because I had no time to rewrite it. I wrote it on my using my notebook, and all the others are written, and I enjoy it. So I do hope that my story is helpful, and if you have any questions or if you would like to add something, please leave a comment. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, you're welcome to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would like to remind you that every Monday and Thursday at 9 AM Greenwich Mean Time +3, I upload new videos. So stay tuned.